wow.
Welcome to DogStar.
Each week we sit down with a star of rap and R&B, and this week we have the pleasure of sitting down with MARQUAN Harper.
How you doing?
What's going on? Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you for coming through. We look forward to picking the brain of a true multi-hyphenate.
For real. I mean, you're a busy guy dipping your toes in a lot of different fields, but we want to get your whole backstory for fans and future fans alike. So
let's dive on in.
Yeah, let's start
Let's do it.
Let's start at the beginning. Were you born in Minnesota?
Yeah, I was actually born in Woodwinds Hospital in Woodbury.
Okay.
And I was a preemie. And
Whoa.
to give you the actual real story, my mom almost died having me.
Whoa.
Which, is crazy. She's still here and she's kicking and she's, being a great mom. But yeah, I was born in Woodbury and then I grew up in Frogtown.
Okay.
Frogtown, if you don't know where it is, it's located kind of in the Rondo Midway area. So I live not too far away from like the Best Steakhouse. That's a great landmark if you guys know where that is.
Right off a university there.
Right.
Yeah.
So I've lived in the same house all 19 years of my life, which has been amazing. Other than the one year I stayed on campus at school at St. Thomas. But yeah, I love Minnesota and I'm truly happy to rep it as an artist. I feel like it's unique, and I think it's also unique being an artist that produces mainly like electronic music, being from Minnesota. I found it at least to be pretty unique. But yeah.
I mean, I say we dive into your artistic influences as early on as you can remember. So what were your parents playing at home? Who controlled the radio?
Okay, so it's a lot of like R&B when I grew up.
Okay.
So like Tony, and like a lot of classics. I think I also grew up on Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was my favorite artist when I was younger. Like
larger than life.
Literally, right? Like I remember like following him heavily, and it's kind of crazy now because I think about how enthralled I am and interested I am with music, and like following artists, following the journey, learning about backstory. Like it started when I was young with Michael Jackson, and I never remember when he passed. I was like, oh my God. But I remember staying up super late to watch that documentary on CNN. In my basement, there was a tornado that day. I remember it was crazy.
Oh, whoa.
In Minnesota, right? And I stayed in the basement and I watched that whole thing about Michael Jackson's passing and the doctors and all that type of stuff. But I actually sang in the church choir.
Okay.
When I was a kid. And that's really where I think I got my start musically.
Yeah.
I remember actually asking the choir director to sing a Michael Jackson song at church.
Really?
They're like, that's not gospel. But yeah, that's over at Camp for United Methodist Church.
Okay.
So that's right here in the area in the Twin Cities, right on University by the Rondo Library.
And how old were you when they let you be in the choir?
Well, I actually was let in the choir early. I think I
Really?
was like 3 or 4.
Okay.
So I was in the choir, maybe 5.
So you had
but
some
I was
pipes on you.
I was let into like Sunday school early. So I think I was like 3 and 4 in Sunday school, and then 5 into choir. But I really enjoyed the choir, and I stayed in it for a long time. I was probably like 10 or 12 when I left.
Okay. But like giving you a solid foundation of music.
Right? And then from there, I think it probably led into like band class at Capitol Hill Middle School.
Okay.
And I played trumpet, and I should have picked percussion. That's the one thing I wish I would have done. But my band teacher was like, you have to know piano to play percussion.
Oh.
And I was like, well, I don't want to learn piano and this and that.
And this is in like grade 6, grade 7.
Grade 6,
Oh
right?
my
But I chose the
gosh.
trumpet. I would have been better if I actually cared about it.
Right.
But at that time, I didn't really care about it because I'm playing these songs I don't like.
Right.
So I would actually take my trumpet home and go on YouTube and search up how to play like EDM songs on trumpet.
Sick.
And like the keying and stuff. So I would play around with that.
Very capital cities of you.
Right. And I would try to like record stuff and play around and more like be like musically creative with it, not just like playing sheet music and like fine tuning like certain sounds and all that. Like I was more into like, how can I turn this into like a production? And then from there, 8th grade year, I like needed some extra credit in band class. And the only way you get extra credit was by writing an essay about classical or, music that involved
Right.
instruments. I was like,
Oh, no.
how am I going to do this, right? And I wrote an essay about Tomorrowland. If you don't know have you guys heard of Tomorrowland?
I mean, if it's the Disney theme park, yes. Or the film with George Clooney, yes.
Okay, so Tomorrowland is the largest electronic dance music festival
okay.
in the world, and it's in Boom, Germany, and it's huge, and it's like extravagant. It's like hundreds of thousands of people go every year. It's nuts. It's like Woodstock on another level.
Academy.
Yeah, right. Literally, right. Something you pick it. Pick whatever you want it to be on. It's that. But they do this amazing thing where they take orchestra and they play electronic dance music songs.
Oh.
And I wrote a piece for middle school about that and how I wanted to become a DJ. Wow. And kind of from there, I DJ'd my first my school dance at school.
What?
And kids are like hating on me, whatever. But like I had fun and I learned a lot. And from there, I just kept DJing and kind of sparked where I am now.
That is huge. I wanted to ask if you still own a trumpet or have, if we, brought out a producer with a trumpet right now. No, I'm just playing.
Right? I still have a trumpet.
Okay.
I haven't sold it.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
So you could pick it up and noodle around.
Who knows, There's a DJ actually. This is actually the reason I picked trumpet. Everything is about DJing.
Yeah.
But
I love it.
There's a DJ called Timmy Trumpet. I don't know if you heard of him, but he DJs with a trumpet.
Sick.
And he plays trumpet songs.
That's pretty cool.
He made a song called Freaks, and it's like a really popular song with a trumpet and like a call and response, and it blew up. It was like an electro house song, and I was like, okay, Timmy Trumpet plays trumpet. I'm gonna do that, and I thought it was cool.
That's sweet.
I don't know if I was gonna DJ with the trumpet, but I just in my head, any correlation to something was what I needed at the time.
So where'd you hear EDM for the first time?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I had to think.
Because it wasn't at church.
It
probably.
definitely wasn't at church. It wasn't at home. I think that it's a multifaceted question. I went to a elementary school called Expo Elementary. And like it was more like a white elementary school, like I was one of the only kids of color there, right? But like I heard a lot of like pop, top 40 music played at like gym class because they always play music during gym. And then I wouldn't say it really comes from school, but I'd say that was a place where I got more into like top 40 pop at the time. And like this was in like 2013. So like, at the time, like top 40 is
pretty
like,
EDM-y.
Pretty EDM-y, but like what really happened was it got to 2016 and EDM took over. It was everywhere. Every top 40 rap pop artist was like, I need to collaborate with a DJ to make a remix of my song so that I can hit the radio and be on Billboard. So really gaming culture and like YouTube and then like Pandora and radio got me into dance music. So like there was this group called No Copyright Sounds, also known as NCS. And what they did is they signed artists and they would promote their songs, but the songs would be no copyright. So people could use them in YouTube videos, whatever, right? And on YouTube, big YouTubers, because I loved YouTube. My dream was to be a YouTuber.
Okay.
And these YouTubers would use these songs and these videos. And I heard them and I was like, what is that? And it'll be like super catchy melodies, whatever, right? And I was like, what is this music? And it's NCS. And then it got me into like, okay, this is all electronic music. So then I got into other DJs and I would go on Pandora and I would search up like EDM hits 2016. And then I started getting all these songs, played to me.
Growing the web.
Right?
Yeah.
And it was just my childhood. And like that's kind of what inspired all of it. And then from there, I just got interested in it. I found out, I didn't know at the time that there was festivals for this. I just thought it was just music people made.
Wow.
So then I found the festivals. And then my mind was like blown. And then I kind of followed DJs more and more. And literally I was like a kid at the window begging to be let in. Because the thing about EDM shows is that you have to be 18 to go.
Right.
for most of them,
Right.
if not all of them. The only opportunity I had was to see Zed here at the X Games, and it wasn't 18 plus. I don't think. I think it was all ages.
Okay.
But I wasn't able to go. So like, there was no opportunities to really go see the artists I loved until I turned 18. So it kind of started from there.
The obsession, right?
Yeah, I was obsessed. And I'm still obsessed. And I love following music because like EDM music, like a lot of people think it just started as like, electronic dance music, but it wasn't that. Like it was house music and like techno music, and it was in the underground and in the basements of Chicago and Detroit, and then it traveled through, like vinyls and radio to different countries like Europe, where they made electro and they made a whole bunch of derivatives of dance music, and that's how it kind of all got that sound that it is now. And I feel like a lot of people, they don't really know the history, they just know their favorite DJ, or just know that it's like a genre of music. But like, to be completely honest, like dance music is black music, and I think something that kind of hurt me was that I was always ridiculed by my peers for listening to dance music, because like, well, that's just white people music. And I was like, it's not,
Right.
historically,
Theoretically, exactly.
It's not. And I was always like, I've never, like, still to this day, I've always struggled to find other black people that, when, not in general, but I'm saying like in the Twin Cities and where I've grew up, like it was always hard to find other black people, especially black males that were into dance music. And then I just got enlightened, and I got to figure out that there is a community out there for that. So it's really cool.
Yeah, that's so dope. And yeah, you're really you know a lot. You're teaching me stuff I didn't know about the history of it and stuff.
Before we started recording, you had compared DJs to historians. You need to know, literally the history of all recorded music, and even prior to that, centuries of music going into influencing these chord progressions and melodies that everyone finds so pleasing for some reason.
Right. 100%. I mean, like, one thing about like DJing is that like, because I can talk about EDM all day, but like there's a wedding that I have to do in May, and they're like, we saw your Instagram, you saw EDM, but this is what we like, like you have to have a lexicon of like music in general. I think that's what makes DJs good. Like it's one thing, like I can go out and I can play a set that's a set towards a certain genre, a certain audience, and I have songs like planned out and go song by song by song and mix, and that's great. But imagine you're being thrown in an environment where you have people from multiple different countries, multiple different backgrounds, and they want to hear the music they like, and you have to mix all that together.
Right.
That's when things get difficult, because you think like, oh, well, I just throw in a playlist. Like, no, like that's not going to do. Like, it's not that easy. And I think that unfortunately now with like social media, I think a lot of people don't understand that, but I think people do, because at the same time, because you got a lot of people who are being creative and doing remixes and using stems and taking songs from totally different, walks of life and mashing them together, which I love to see. But I feel like a lot of like young DJs think that it's just what you see on a festival, where you're going and you're playing a set. Like if you want to make it as a DJ, you're going to eventually have to do service onto others and play music for other people. Like, so like DJ culture, people say like, oh, well, no requests, and it's like, no, like, yes, requests, like, please give me songs you want to hear, but
make it interactive.
Exactly. Yeah. But I think that's something I had to learn, because I remember when I first started, I probably thought that it was just going to be whoop-de-woo, I'm playing the Armory, or whoop-de-woo, I'm, playing a festival or this and that, but it's not that. For not everyone. Some people it might be that, but I think that I get the most joy when I'm playing songs that other people like and seeing them enjoy it.
Yeah,
I think we have the same question.
Maybe. Made me think about like when you first started, you're talking about you DJ'd your school dance. One, I wanted to ask if you were going by MH at that show. Like, what was your DJ name for that?
God, I don't even remember. I don't think I even had a DJ name.
And then were you nervous beforehand?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was my first time DJing out of a basement, and it's a huge gym with a lot of reverb and echo.
Right.
And I had rip songs from YouTube and SoundCloud. I didn't know the right way to download music using record pools and all that. I didn't know a whole lot of mixing techniques. I was just kind of like doing it to do it.
Right.
Because I heard, I was like, you're going to put in a playlist for a school dance. And I was like, I could just DJ. And eventually they're like, okay. And I hooked up to the school system and I just started doing it and it was fun. But it was definitely like one of those moments where it was like you're nervous and you're definitely scared.
Right. All that adrenaline.
Right?
Yeah.
And I get it every time I DJ.
Really? Still?
Yeah, 100%. Even like there's times where I'll DJ, I'll take hours on hours to prepare for these gigs. And I'll go there and I'll still like get nervous before, and like my parents support me a lot with my DJing. Like they come to my gigs and help me out and stuff.
Awesome.
Because I have a lot of equipment and I have to bring like, a lot of things like that. But I'll be like, Mom, like, do you think you're gonna like it? Listen, what should I play first? And she's like, Marquan, like, just go and DJ.
You
like,
got this.
So yeah, 100%. I still get nervous now.
We've got about 2 minutes till we need to take a break. I wanted to ask, if you can answer within that time, the relationship between DJ and audience, more so how quick do you see if the audience doesn't like what you've played, and how do you react to that?
Right.
All within the moment, you know what I mean?
There's definitely a psychology to it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if everyone recognizes it, but like, for one, when you break down songs, there's certain elements that make people want to dance, right? So you have the low end, right? When you're DJing, when you see a mixer, it's all high end frequency, mid range frequency, and then low end frequency. So if I'm controlling the low end, I'm literally controlling your hips. You know what I mean? Like that's how I get people to move. And you got the mid range. It's like, more of higher bass tones and your vocals and that, and you get your high ends, your hats and your claps and all those, really punchy sounds. And you have that all at your fingertips. So people don't really notice how like by changing one thing can ruin a whole dance floor. I think what you really have to do is like notice one, who's that one person who's willing to come towards you and start dancing.
Right.
And when did you find that one person, what I do? I'm playing music for them. Because once I can get that one person locked in to like wanting to dance and feel involved in the crowd, then I can find another person.
Sorry to interrupt. We are sitting down with Marquan Harper, here on DogStar. Oh my gosh. We'll be right back. Bow wow.
Bow wow. Bow wow.
Bow wow. Welcome back to DogStar.
We're sitting down with Marquan Harper, known in the musical world as MH, or recently DJ MH, since you teamed up with Gen Now DJs.
Heck yeah.
Before the break, you were talking a little bit about the relationship between the DJ and the audience, whether it's a show or a wedding, and you had started to talk about that one person who feels comfortable with not only coming forth, but also kind of sharing their body language with you, the curator of the vibe.
Right. And then from there, once you get them locked in, it's really on you to curate the vibe. Like you have to pick song and song after that. Like I think about music as a journey. You want to take people along that journey. So if you're playing a song that's super, boom, 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 4 to the floor, eventually, if I'm dancing to 4 to the floor for 2 to 3 minutes, I might need a little break, So then you need to mix in that element from another song where it's a break, where it's a build up, where it's something that gives some people some time to think, pause, and kind of get to the next part.
Right.
And the number one thing that I try not to do is kill a crowd. There's a certain point where you just kind of have to give people what they want. So like if they're dancing and they're having a good time and they like something like that, you might have to just give them another one. And then feel it out. Give them another one. If they don't want another one, then change it back.
Right.
And something I would say about DJing in general is that like a lot of times like I'm DJing for like nonprofits, schools, small events, coffee shops, you name it. And a lot of times people say, well, don't take requests. Sometimes a request is what you need.
Mm-hmm.
And you might be thinking like, oh, like it's gonna kill everything by playing a request. But like, if you can get like one person who has a request that's interested in getting a whole bunch of other people to dance to their song, somebody's got to take that risk. And one time I did it at a school dance, I was playing like 4-4 music, like white girl classics, all that, right? And then they're like, play wobble. I'm like, what? I'm like, you want me to play wobble? It's not even the same BPM, like the same beats per minute, which was like the same tempo. And I was like, but like, think about it. If she's really, I'm like, I asked her, I was like, are you going to get people to dance? She's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. Eventually I play wobble. Everyone's dancing to the wobble. I'm like, what in the world?
If not using that as a creative obstacle, something to test your proficiency, how can I integrate this with the set versus just 5 seconds of silence?
Yeah.
Now I'm going to play a wobble,
Well, what I like to do a lot with DJing is like, I think I'm a nitpick. I'm going to be completely honest. Like, I'm really critical on my DJ mixes. I think I got
as you should be,
right. But I think I got really critical when I started doing radio. And imagine it's just you, and you're singing in your basement for hours on hours, listening to songs, then mixing them, and then transitioning them. And you have to hear it back on the radio,
right?
And then hear it back on your mix, and you're hearing all of it. You eventually notice your flaws, and you want to do better. So like for me, like my number one goal at a gig is like no dead air.
Right.
Like never have silence. And I want to, even if the song's a different genre, figure out a way to blend it together. So like to answer your question, a lot of times I like to echo stuff.
Okay.
Echo stuff out and then hit the next track if it's a different BPM. So because I've seen a lot of like my favorite DJs do that. Like they'll play like rap songs in the middle of an EDM set. And what they do sometimes is they use like acapellas a lot of the time. It's like DJ like Afrojack. He's a really popular DJ. He blew up with his song "Take Over Control," and he's done collaborations like Pitbull and all that. He's an amazing DJ. I've seen him live at Ultra Music Festival in Miami.
Sick.
He's super good, and what he does is use acapellas. But there's so many different elements that you can use to like have a multi-genre set.
Yeah.
While playing one or two different types of like music BPM range wise, right? Meaning like dance BPM 120, 128, etc.
That's so cool. I just think that it's otherworldly sometimes, the way that, again, as someone who's watching a DJ, I'm lost in the mix. You're taking me on that journey. Sometimes I need to either open my eyes or look towards the front of the room to be reminded that a human is curating all of this. And I don't know, it's just truly a pleasure and an honor to be able to peek behind the curtain of someone whose momentum isn't stopping anytime soon and whose evolution is continuing.
Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, no, I mean, like I could talk all day.
That's
about
what we're
DJing.
here to do.
Yeah, I love DJing, and I really think that music is the real universal language. Like it's just how people communicate to each other. I know that music personally like saved my life. Like I was at a really bad place in life, and just being able to hear music that was familiar to me and I enjoyed, I think it really took me out of some dark times. And that's kind of where I got to like producing music myself, EDM wise. Before I made EDM music, I used to make like really bad joke parodies, rap music.
Okay.
I was really good at making bad music, and I was really good at promoting bad music.
I mean, are we talking like Turquoise Jeep, or are we talking like Lonely Island?
Like this was like SoundCloud era. So like it's kind of like there was a SoundCloud era period of time where people would make bad music on purpose and release it, and it would do well.
Right.
And I was like, this is fun, whatever. So I started doing it, and it was about like video games and stuff like that, where content were just stupid things that was going on in my world. And it did well, and I knew how to promote it, and like some of the songs had like thousands of plays and stuff like that. And I was like, dang, like if I did this seriously, like I could maybe turn it into something.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start producing EDM music because I love it, and it's not easy. I first off, to know the right applications to use, the right plugins, all that type of stuff. It's like a lot of nerdy research.
I mean, a nerdy question. What did you start producing on, and what are you using today for like an interface wise or
so
program?
When I started producing, like when I was doing those rap parodies, I think I used the Ableton Lite, which is crazy because I don't even use Ableton anymore.
Really?
But now I use FL Studio, and I use the producer edition, and I have a lot of different plugins I use, and I have a Focusrite interface, and I have one of these microphones, a Shure SM7B.
Sick.
I record, I make all my songs pretty much in my basement, to be completely honest. I don't really like going to studios. I've only gone to a studio session once. And I was record my first in-person song with a Minnesota artist.
Cool.
So, I mean, I've only gone to the studio once. I produced mainly everything in my basement or on a laptop, you know, and I don't know, like, I feel like I was kind of overstimulated. I went to the studio at my school, St. Thomas, and they loaded up all the plugins, and I was like, there's like 4,000 plugins. And I was like, I didn't even know what to do. And then like I started producing on the computer, and I was like, I just want my laptop. Because I have everything familiar in the ways I do it. And it was like, less is more sometimes. I feel like people think you need all these, you know, crazy tools and money to start producing music. And like, you don't. Like, you can really, like, I'm not telling you to do it, but you can crack a version of FL Studio. You know, I'm not going to show you where to do it either. But you can crack FL Studio and just start producing, and you can find plugins that are free, and you can find sound packs that are free, and you can just start creating stuff. I mean, like, that's how I started, and then eventually I was able to invest some money into it, and I was able to create more music.
I mean, in the realm of advice, because you're dropping knowledge here on DogStar, I wanted to ask how you started to manage your time better as producing more music took up more and more of your time.
It's a great question. I think for me, I'll be completely transparent. I'm not the best with releasing. Like, I don't really have a, like, in-depth release schedule because I do a lot of things other than make music and DJ. But I think what worked for me with time management was with now. I think it took me like until 2025 to figure this out. Like, spend no more than like a month like with like your general production on a track. I have some friends, you know, from Miami. Their name is Free Waves, and we just made a song together called I Can Feel It. And they were like, yo, like, just release it and build your catalog, because that's the number one thing that matters as a small independent artist. It's catalog, because if a label wants to pick you up, if you're gonna do well, if you want to get booked to play shows, they want to see how expansive you are with your music. So I think the first song that really taught me that was Way to You. It was a song where I like produced it in like a week. I mean, I said to my engineer, he finished it, and I was like, what do I do? Because there's other music I've been holding on to for years. And I was like, I'm going to release it. And I think that kind of changed my perspective about like building catalog and kind of like, you know, just kind of put it out there. Because I mean, like, what are you doing by waiting? Are you waiting for more money? Because that's why I think a lot of times I think about, I'm waiting for more money to promote it. But like, if you get it out there now, by the time you would wait and produce something else, the thing that you are producing in the future might be totally better or different than what you started with. Because you gotta understand, as you're making more and more music, you're getting better. So I think that's something for me, is because like I feel like my full potential is still not unlocked. I feel like I'm always getting better and learning something new. So for me, my goal in 2026 is just to release more music. And I say 2026, I don't like the idea of waiting for a period of time for a goal. But I'm saying that because of it's actually like a new fiscal year.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I say we dive on into the discography that's available to your fans.
let's do it.
Yeah, so the first song that's on Spotify is called Rebirth. Does that mean there's a catalog before there that we don't know about?
Or of the parody rap songs, perhaps.
Oh, Rebirth. Okay.
Parody
okay.
rap
A
songs,
pivot.
But that came out September 5th, 2021, Rebirth did, and that's a collaboration with Nikolaev.
Yes. It's my Russian friend.
Hey.
Yeah, what can you tell us about that track?
So we met on Discord.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Most of my collaborations I've done are from people I met on Discord.
That's so
That is
cool.
amazing.
And
Seriously.
he had more experience producing than me, but I had a really cool melody, so we worked together and we created this song called Rebirth. And then I had my friend Ultra Fresh at the time is what they were named, make the cover and a visualizer. Now he goes by a Machine Knot, and he's like freaking famous. And I told him he was going to be famous because he's just super talented. I don't know. Am I doxing him by saying his? I don't know what their identity thing is on their platform. But let's just put it this way: they are very talented at visual art. And yeah, so that was my first song, and the reason why it's called Rebirth is because it's a progressive house song. And progressive house song is my favorite genre
Really?
of EDM music because it reminds me of my childhood. It's like nostalgia to me. And I wanted to pay homage to those NTS tracks I was listening to by making a song that sounded familiar to it. And me and Nikolaev collaborated, and it did really well. It's, I think, still my most popular song. And the crazy thing about it was that I got that song into a video game. So
Wait,
it's
what?
paying complete homage to the whole journey of who I was.
Full circle.
Yeah.
And he went to a game on Robeats. Went to a game on Roblox that's really popular called Robeats, and they won the Innovation Design Award in 2022, I think.
Cool.
At like Roblox's like actual like award show for developers and
Oh my
stuff.
gosh.
That game has over 10 million visits on Roblox.
Ooh.
Easily. I think my songs have been played in Robeats easily over 10,000 times.
Whoa.
Isn't that wild to think about?
Yeah, I know. So like I know that we think about cumulative streams,
Right.
but like I love like IP, like intellectual property. Like I love like the idea of like having IP that's out there in totally different ways. And like Robeats was one of those things that really started it for me, and it started with Rebirth. And you could even Google it on YouTube now and see my songs being played in that game, and it's a rhythm game, kind of like Guitar Hero.
Oh,
but with your keyboard.
Sick.
So.
That's dope.
That's awesome. And then and then you've been releasing songs ever since under MH. Why go by MH and not your name? Like, what was?
I think for me, when I started, like I really wanted to have a alias, you know, because I felt like once you put some, like it's a buffer, you know, like I don't know, I still don't know where I'm gonna become, so I don't know where my name is gonna go. So by just right away using my name, might be good, might not be, I don't know, but I think MH is just kind of like I wanted something that was different, you know, like I wanted it to be my initials because I still wanted it to be me, but I didn't want it to be like MARQUAN HARPER on everything I'm releasing and doing. I kind of wanted to have like an anonymity to it, you know.
Right. Soon after Rebirth is Touch.
Oh man.
Co-produced with Endless Sleep featuring Mayhem.
Okay. So
Such a dope song.
This is a fun one. Mayhem, he's actually like a really popular hyper pop vocalist. And I've been following him, and I kind of like DM'd him. I was like, "Hey, bro, like, you want to do a song?"
What?
And he was like, "Okay." And I just,
Oh my god.
I didn't really have the song at this time, so then I hit up my friend Endless. Endless is a super talented. Like he's one of those people where it's like oh my god,
Virtuoso.
you're so talented. Like he's from the UK, and he had this demo, and I was like, "This is cool. It's punchy and it's deep house, you know," and we liked it, so we got May to go on it, and May just started just singing, just doing his thing. And I was like, it's kind of like monotone, you know, like I don't know if people are gonna really like it because it's different than like normal deep house. It's like deep house and hyper pop mixed together. And we released it, and it was like, oh my gosh, this is a really fun track.
And that was followed up with Errors, also with Nikolaev, featuring Kralk.
Okay, so
C-Ralk?
so it's actually Corral C.
Carouse.
But
Oh my
it's
god.
Clark spelled backwards.
Oh, okay.
And that's one of my, dear friends.
Yeah.
He's a super talented producer from Australia. And like, I want to say producer, and a vocalist. I met him on Discord. All three of these people that you guys have mentioned before, I met on Discord.
International.
And me and Karasi were like, let's just make a hyperpop beat. Not Karasi, sorry, Nickel Leaf. We're like, let's make a hyperpop beat. And I met Karasi and I sent it to him. And he just started snapping and doing his thing and having fun. And I was like, this is fun too. So then I was like, whatever, like, let's just put it out there. So all these songs that you guys have listed so far are all in that Row Beats video game. So they're all interactive.
Wow.
You can play with them. And this is my first song that had a radio edit because he actually, cursed in the original edit of this song. But it was a super fun track.
We are sitting down with international artist and collaborator
Yes.
MARQUAN HARPER on DogStar.
Make sure to follow him on Instagram, M_Harper06. And yeah, follow us at DogStar Podcast.
We're going to be back working our way through the rest of your available discography and seeing what's on the horizon after we dive into the 2 tracks that your representative sent us. We'll be right back with more MARQUAN HARPER here on DogStar.
Bow wow. Bow wow.
Bow wow, baby. Welcome back to DogStar.
We are ripping through the MH discography, at least on Spotify. You say you've got mixes on your YouTube and what is it called? I'm sorry. SoundCloud, Mixcloud as well?
Mixcloud as well.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that was the one I was trying to remember.
And we are working our way through the discography, picking right up with Useless, which with Kafilo. I feel like I'm botching all these artist names.
Kafilo, I think.
Okay.
But Kafilo is a super talented. I think he's Swedish.
Okay.
Also met him on Discord.
Oh.
And
place to be.
he wanted me to co-produce this song with him. And it was a dance pop song. And it was called Useless. And it was my second love song I produced. Most of my songs are love songs. I don't know if you can tell that with the songs and whatnot, but I co-produced the whole thing and I really didn't even touch the laptop on it. Like I was more like he just really wanted my input
Bounce off
and like
ideas.
balanced out and bounce off ideas. And I was okay with that because I feel like there's a period of time where like you kind of have to do that, you know? And he really just wanted my support. And we made the song together. If you listen to it, there's 2 different edits of it. You have the radio edit, and there's a pure edit.
The pure, exactly.
And the pure edit, it's more of like my version of the song.
The elongated, the journey.
I liked that version
Unabridged.
more. But it was fun. It was just a fun, and I think it's still one of the like best produced tracks that I've worked on. Because it's just, if I were to like re-release that today, I think it would do really well.
Would you collaborate again with Kafilo?
Yeah, but I don't think he makes music anymore. I think he has like a label or something where he just shifted out on other projects, but he's really talented. I mean, I feel like he should definitely come back and keep producing music. I don't know if he has a new IP now. Come back.
But speaking of collaborating again, Fly reconnected with Nico Liv.
God, I love this guy.
You gotta.
I mean, he was one of my like tight knit friends. And Fly was a song actually about my aunt who passed away. So rest in peace.
Yeah.
Auntie Lovey. But it was an interesting song because the lyrics kind of have a double message. And it was with my song, with my friend Kat. Kat is one of Karasi's friends.
Okay, cool.
They lived in Australia together. And I met her through him. And it was my first time collaborating with her. And we kind of I co-wrote this song with her about kind of putting things away and just like doing something now.
Yeah.
Like, and I have a lot of songs with that kind of message, like the tense of like living, like not holding things back and just kind of like living day by day and just taking things one day at a time. So it was an interesting message, and it's a great song. It's just bum, 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 like distorted, you know, like future bassy. I listen to that song a lot.
That's a good one, and a message I think we need more of, for
Yeah.
sure, in music in general.
And yeah, EDM isn't just for partying. There's deep messages in the songs as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what got me in EDM is the messaging. Like, it's if you really listen to some of these songs, it's not all about just punchy kicks and big drops. Like, my favorite EDM songs are emotional, and that's something I've really tried to recreate with my music.
After Fly is Act Hard with Saya Drew, Everett, and DVL.
Okay, so DVL actually hit me up, and DVL is also like his name is Dinesh, and he hit me up and he was like, "Hey, bro, like I'm working on this hyper pop song. I need vocalists," and I was like, "I know some people." And Saya Drew was my friend who did rap music at the time.
Okay.
Now he makes EDM music. This is crazy.
Whoa.
His name is Navascuro, I think. But I was like, "Hey, bro, can you just throw some on this?" And he did it. And then Dinesh found the other vocalist, Everett. And Dinesh, like, pretty much, like, he produced most of his song. Like, he was, like, the forefront of that.
Wow.
And then I worked with the engineer to get it mastered, and we put it out. And it was just a pum pum. Like, it's just a fun track. But the song was about, like, dealing with a girl who doesn't really resonate with you. And at that time I was with a girl and I kind of like overlooked the lyrics 100%. And I was like, whatever, right? Then we weren't together anymore.
Right.
And I looked back at the lyrics and I was like, dang.
Oh, no.
Like, these guys made a banger, like, breakup, like, track. And I'm like, I didn't even notice all of that until I, like, really looked at it in a different lens. That song got picked up by DJ McMartigan, the DJ of the Timberwolves, which is now my boss.
Hey, right.
And at the time, I wasn't signed with Gen Now, and he played it at Timberwolves games, and it was super cool to see videos of it played in front of 10,000 fans. But I got to go to a game and see it played live.
Oh man,
That must have been
And
wild.
Nas just bopping his head to my song, and I'm like, bro, like,
/ thousands of people bopping your head to that song.
was
Did
like-
you watch that Wolf Tracks episode? Because that was the path, right? You were on Wolf Tracks,
Yeah.
and then won,
Yeah.
and then got played.
Yep. So I landed in Miami to go to Miami Music Week and
Right.
Ultra Music Festival, which was, oh my God. If we had more time, I would talk about that. That would take a whole episode. And I see the thing, like, I won. I'm like, oh my God, like, this is crazy. And it has a video of him playing it at the Timberwolves.
Him and Jay Plaza.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly, bro.
And then I'm in college now, and I text him. I'm like, hey, I'm coming to a game on this day. Can you play the song? Well, I didn't even think I asked him. I just told him, and he was like, all right, bet. I'm gonna play your song in the pregame intros.
Oh my
So I'm
gosh.
sitting in the nosebleeds with my school people, right? I'm like, with my phone out like this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, just waiting for the song to be played. And I hear, I'm like talking to my roommate. I'm like, yo, bro, that's my song.
That's amazing.
But yeah, it was huge.
That is
a
huge.
surreal experience. I'm sure that just fueled your motivation even more. I mean, we're not stopping now.
Yeah, we gotta make a remix of it. DBO, let's make a remix, please.
So there's only 5 minutes left of the interview, and I want to make sure we have time to talk about everything we want to talk about. I'll leave it up to you. Would you like to keep talking about these, the rest of your discography through 2025, or should we just focus on Act Hard and Contrast, which are the two tracks you...
Yeah.
Or sorry to waste time, split the difference. We could just list the rest of your discography.
Let's just list them, yeah.
The Feeling
Yes.
with David Joe, Pheromone with Cat, your track with I already forgot
The whole collaborative project, Save
Rap.
Ava with Crawl C and Nico Lev again.
Yeah,
Super
Don't Stop is the first track on that album, and that's with
First ever song I made.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
And had to save it for something great.
Yeah.
That's so dope too.
I gave him all the rights.
I love that.
Yeah.
Again, art for art's sake.
He's done a lot for me, so.
But properly credited, which is sick.
Exactly.
Fly With You, which is released with the instrumental in 2025. No collaborators, which I think is crazy.
Yeah.
But
Honing the craft.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Way to You also 2025. No collab on there. Solo. And then sorry, another 2025 My Everything with, how do you say it? XIVI.
Yes.
Okay, XIVI. Also released with original mix and deluxe mix. I forgot what
Radio
it's
edit.
called. Yeah, the mix.
And your most recent track, Until a Few Minutes From Now, I Can Feel It, with 3 Waves and Juno.
My guys.
Such a good track.
Mastered by Matt Heath. Most of my 2025 releases are mastered by Matt Heath. So shout out to you, Matt.
Okay, well, yeah, where's Matt based out of?
Massachusetts.
Okay.
We met on Discord.
No, I love that. Seriously, I think if people aren't taking anything from this interview, which they'd be thick not to, but that collaborations don't need to be in your hometown, in your home state, in your home country.
No,
Music is a universal language, like you said earlier. 2 tracks.
Yeah, Act Hard, which we were touching on earlier, the backstory with it. But then Contrast, which I think you sent to us months ago in a Dropbox file. Louis Blaze is on the track.
As of the date of this recording, an unreleased track.
I mean, I think I saw a post that said once this hits 100 likes, I'm dropping it. You're at 105, bud. So we're ready for it to drop.
Well,
What can you tell us
we-
about those 2 tracks?
I think it's finally time.
Got 2 minutes left.
I met
Sorry to
this
rush.
guy on Discord named Bass Genix, and he is probably the most sick bass producer I've ever met. And I said, okay, well, I can't do that, but I have an idea,
Yeah.
and I know a rapper, and I think we could work together. So we made a okay, I'm gonna have to list it out because I don't know. We made an EP that includes Contrast, Music, Dichotomy, and Concrete Jungle. So it's a 4-track EP, all bass songs, produced
Whoa.
by Bass Genix and I. Bass Genix really did most of the heavy lifting, but I was able to find like vocalists for some of the songs and like co-produce and create a vision together. It's inspired heavily off of me and him. We both love Skrillex.
Yeah.
And it's kind of inspired off of Skrillex and Diplo. They did a collaboration together called Jack U.
Okay.
They took over in like 2015, 2016. And I just miss that type of fun bass, poppy music that's also very radio friendly.
Totally.
And me and him came together. We worked on it. I took forever to find the right vocalist for it. I've asked many Minnesota artists to do it, and a lot of them denied me.
Oof.
But I've known Louis Blaze since I was like 6 years old.
Really?
And I said, Louis, you're perfect for this track. Let's do it. He said, let's do it. And we worked together. And I think he thought I released the track already, but I was just saving for the right moment. I think we're going to release it on January 2nd.
Ooh. Well, thank you so much for joining us here on DogStar. I can't thank you enough.
And we
Keep doing
can
what you're doing.
do a part 2 easy. Anytime you're ready, hit us up. Bow wow.
Bow wow.
Gotta play this track, you gotta bump this track. Next time you're DJing in church, bro, it'll be insane. Like the full gospel choir, bro. Oh my gosh. Dude, don't get me wrong, I'm Catholic, but like, when I see an opportunity for a mosh pit, I take that, bro. I take that.
Act hard, but you rap weak, so don't test me. Act hard, play the track card, now you empty. Act hard, ain't no backboard, can't contest me. You never know what you gon' ask for unless we get it faded again. Tired of talking to myself, but I hate all your friends. Whoa. Get faded again. Tired of talking to myself, but I hate all your friends. Please just tell me why you don't want nothing else. Gaze into my eyes and say you're not scared of hell. Running out of time, running out of time. Staring to my eyes, see someone is high. And I know it never matters if I'm here. Just got one that's got weak, so don't test me. Act bored, play the trap card, now you empty. Act guard, ain't no backboard, can't contest me. You never know what you gon' ask for unless we getting faded again. Tired of talking to myself, but I hate all your friends. Whoa. Getting faded again. Tired of talking to myself, but I hate all your friends.
I can see it in his face that he's fucking disrespectful. I don't run away, and this time it won't be special. I don't need to breathe right down your neck for some attention, cause I don't need to be right by your side for me to get you like a mansion. You just with it. Low self-esteem, yeah, I take a lack and I roll with it. Don't talk to me, I talk back and they just ignore me. I don't really mess with him anyway, he ignore me. Is it for me? All the rest of them are bored of me. Say they really got a bone to pick, then why not do it on the phone for free? You don't gotta go real quick, just say that you don't wanna go with me. To my heart and you burn that shit, you let me living with a 4th degree. I don't think it's gonna go away, ain't no surprise there. Feel right at home, I could die there. Feeling my bones that you don't care. And every second's like the first time. Trembling at what you said, oh but that ain't a good sign.
Act hard, but you rap weak. Act hard, play the track card. Act guard, ain't no backboard. Why you always
I be trippin' like a raincoat. We be in them places that you can't go. My soul is full of gold like a rainbow.
Picture perfect, just make sure you get the angle.
I like to move it, move it.
Ha! Go stupid!
I like to move it, move it.
Ha! Go stupid!
We like to move it, move it.
Ha! Go stupid!
We like to move it, move it. Hey, I was feeling down, but now I feel revived. Never been a better time to be alive. They try their best to dim my light, we still shine. When it get too heavy, tell me, will you ride? Is you with me or you not? Just pick a side. We don't need an audience to get live. Hit my line when you wanna catch a vibe. I might not be on time, but I'm in time. I'm the one sent on a mission. Listen to the apostle. Swag on a trillion, confidence is on colossal. Big things popping like we emptied all the bottles. Living in the moment, I ain't tripping off tomorrow. Meet me on the moon, now we talking outer space. I can't feel my face when I'm with you, but I'm okay. Deep inside the club, we got ties like a lace. Whole crew in suit and ties, fashion killer without a trace. I be dripping like a raincoat. We be in them places that you can't go. My soul is full of gold like a rainbow. Picture perfect, just make sure you get the angle. I be dripping like a raincoat. We be in them places that you can't go. Never understand how I make a stay broke. Me, I got 100 ways to get a bankroll. I like to move it, move it. Ha, go stupid. I like to move it, move it. Ha, go stupid. We like to move it, move it. Ha, go stupid. I like to move it, move it. Hey, go stupid.